Okay, it's Saturday, December 16th, at around almost 6 p.m. on the East Coast. Just a quick update, some new news. Oh, yeah, let me get the disclaimer out of the way. I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is only to be used as entertainment. Let me just get that out of the way. So it came across my desk on the Million Token Discord that many of the early million token holders that were voting on the governance system probably got airdropped some free tokens, Optimism, and they could be worth some money, probably at least like $600 from according to my wallets, possibly more. I'm behind the curve on this, but anyway. So check the million token Discord. I'll just go over it real quick. But like I said, if you were voting with some early wallets, you might have got some airdrop tokens OP. So first read the Discord. You can go to the optimistic.etherscan.io website. You could plug in your address here and see how many airdrop tokens you got. So I was just plugging in some addresses from the million token holders, and I think this liquidity provider got 681 from the Optimism Foundation. So maybe you get more if you did other stuff on the blockchain, which this particular individual did. A lot of wallets will at least, I think get like 271 million token Optimism. I mean, which is worth about $600 today. And just plugging other addresses I saw on the million token holders list, like this person got 409 airdropped 563 days ago. So I don't know what the exact criteria was to get the airdropped Optimism. I know I had to go back to a lot of my old wallets, like from years ago, and put them in the optimistic.etherscan.io website, and I just plugged it in there. And if you have any Optimism, it'll show up on here, like I showed you with the other wallet addresses. It'll be under the ERC20 token. So what do you do if you have these free tokens? Well, you could hold on to them if you want and hope they go up. This reminded me a lot about when I got free airdropped Uniswap tokens and 1inch tokens. So those tokens I don't think did very well. I mean, there was a lot of hype in the beginning and they went up and then they've gone down. This is Uniswap compared to the dollar. This is Uniswap compared to Bitcoin, which hasn't done anything, right? Here's 1inch and versus Tether over the long term. It hasn't done anything. It has to have a big pump and then it goes kind of down. And you've got 1inch here versus Bitcoin. Again, it's, you get these free tokens distributed, it causes a lot of hype, gets people to use your platform or whatever. But the token itself doesn't seem to hold its value. So, I'm gathering up my OP tokens and selling them. So here's OP versus Tether. So it looks like it came out back in May of 2022. It's gone up. It's gone down from the highs of around 60%, but we're down like 30% from the highs, roughly. Now, this is very early, right? Like we're 1 year in the bull market, and it's gone up quite a bit, 300% from the beginning. And if we go up another 1 or 2 years in a bull market, which I think we will, this token can very well just continue to go up, right? Because it started off in the bear market, and it could very, very well go up. So for those that hold on to the OP token and it increases the value, especially versus Bitcoin, congratulations. But from what I've learned with Uniswap and 1inch, I'm selling mine. If you could sell half of it and hold the other half if you're unsure, but let's see what to do. If you want to sell it, what are you going to do? So you go to your MetaMask, and up here you have Ethereum mainnet, and you change that to optimal OP mainnet. If it's not there, click add network, and it'll be on that list to choose. You put in your address, and if it's not there, you have to add the token to import your tokens. You click import tokens there. The contract address you can get from like CoinGecko. You pull up the Optimism coin, and the contract address is, right up here in the top right hand corner. Click copy, and then go back to MetaMask, and you can paste that in there, and click next, and then import. And if you have any OP tokens, it'll show up in your MetaMask there. But you have to be on the OP mainnet. Next, if you want to sell them, you're going to have some ETH, right, for gas. What I found for me was I had a little bit of ETH in one of my wallets. I just sent that over to crypto.com, and then I sent that to the wallet address I had, on my own wallet. But I sent that to the OP network. So when you send it, your ETH to your other address from crypto.com to your own wallet, make sure you send it to the OP mainnet. So that way you won't have to do any bridging, which can cost like $62. If you went to bridge ETH on MetaMask, it had shown me like it was going to be like $62, $63. So you don't need a lot of ETH. Looking at the things, like it costs between 10 cents and 15 cents if you want to make to send your Optimism around. So you're gonna have to send a little bit of ETH to each of your addresses. So like, let's say I had like 5 wallets that had this airdrop token in it. So I sent some ETH from crypto.com to one wallet on the OP network. And then from that wallet, I transferred a little bit of ETH to my other wallets that had OP in them. And then once I had that settled, I transferred all the OP tokens to like one address where you can sell it to like USDC if you want it to put it in a stable coin. So that's one way you can do it. The fees are very low on the OP network. So you don't need a lot of ETH. I think the fees were like 50, it's just very, very little. So I sent way too much ETH over to the Optimism network. I'll have to, switch that back, or maybe I'll just keep it on there. Or find somebody that has some ETH on the OP, mainnet. Maybe they'll send some to you. It should be really cheap. But this is the heads up. It's a couple weeks for the holidays, so this could be a nice surprise if you want to cash out your free airdrop tokens for your holiday presents or whatever. So I want to thank the people that brought that up, Raylan. And of course, I think this was somehow tied to the governance system. So, thanks to TL for setting that up, and we're voting on that. And I got to thank Missile a little bit too, because, a lot of us had multiple wallets for those NFT things that he had. And that helped me get more airdrop tokens too. And also, because of TL and Missile, we had a lot of buying and selling on Uniswap or 1inch, and we got those free airdrop tokens as well. So a lot of the early people in MM got a lot of airdrop tokens. And quick looking at Million Token, we're coming across the 100 moving average on the daily chart. It's kind of underperforming. The last video I said I was keeping up with the Bitcoin from the bottom to the top for the year, but now if we look, it's the beginning of the year was here, somewhere around here, and we're up like 6-7% from the beginning of the year. But if you go from the bottom, let's say somewhere down here, and you're up 43%, where Bitcoin is up like 160% for the year. I still believe in the tokenomics of a Million Token. I came really close to buying a big bag when it was down to like almost $2 not too long ago. We're at like $2.15 now, I think. Let's see where it is on Gate.io. $2.25. When I kind of glance at the wallets of who's buying and selling, I still see a lot of like Gate.io stuff. So, that has me scratching my head. So I still think there's some wash trading there. if I saw, I'd feel more comfortable if I saw wallets that were buying Bitcoin. I mean, a million token over the long haul, still buying and putting it in their huddle wallets. But I kind of don't see that. I see the people that are buying are like new people. So maybe they want to have their privacy, or I just see these tokens being transferred over to back to Gate.io in the future. Wouldn't surprise me. So if you believe in the project, $2 is not a bad price considering the floor price for a million token is $1, according to Tech Lead, which, it's kind of odd that he still hasn't talked about the token much. I mean, I don't know of any founders that don't talk about their token, like the Cardano, and you got the Ethereum foundations. They've got their leaders talking about their stuff. But that is kind of odd. I'm still scratching my head on that. But if we get some public figure talking about million token, or Bitcoin's prices are so high, people are looking for other deals, and they come across the million token and the tokenomics and how it's distributed already, they could have a huge pump later on because the liquidity is kind of low. I think it's like 15,000 or 20,000 tokens left in the liquidity. Now, obviously, when they get bought up, whoever's providing the liquidity will just buy more million token and provide liquidity that way. So there's always going to be liquidity. But let's see what else is in there. I want to cover the S&P 500. The Fed says basically they're going to stop raising interest rates, and probably will decrease rates at least 3 times next year, probably 6. We haven't made new highs on the S&P 500, but I know they made new highs on the Dow. Bitcoin, been trading in this channel here. We're in the upper range here. Basically, my gut feeling is from all the charts I kind of casually look at is, long term, the bull run's still on. I don't think that's changed. And now that the Fed has basically just said they've stopped raising rates, it's going to just put fire in the stock market. And I think it's probably going to raise inflation. So I'm not sure why they were so dovish. Short term, we can come back down. I see the RSI was overheated here back in, late October. Seems like we're kind of coming down a little bit. The MACD on the daily is kind of coming down, but this is the daily. Let me switch this over to the weekly. So on the weekly, we're overheated for sure. We could come down for a little bit here. We're overheated, but on the MACD, we're still going up. So, again, we could come back down, maybe retest 35,000 perhaps when we come up. We're pretty high above these exponential ribbons. We usually find support on them. So that would be somewhere around 34,000, 35,000. But by the time we get down there, these kind of go up. So that could be 36,000, 37,000. So you're just going to have to watch that. I'm not buying right now, I don't think. I haven't bought anything, just a little bit every couple months. I did buy some million token last couple months. But basically, I'm just dollar cost averaging. I don't have my thing up for when I bought Bitcoin over the last several months, but here we are at like 42,000. And if you go back in my past videos, I was buying probably all the way up from 15,000 to 35,000. But I don't think I bought anything in the 40s yet. So if this comes back down in the 30s or so, if I find it hits some support, then I'll probably would start dollar cost averaging, because I don't think the dips are going to last very long. Like we normally get a pullback of at least 20% dip. And let's see where we are right now. We're at not even a 10% dip. So, that's like nothing. But we could melt up because of the everybody's so bullish on the ETF. Like it's like a 90% probability it's going to be passed in January of next year, so in a month. And then we'll see if it skyrockets. It could be buy the rumor, sell it on the news or whatever. Where once it gets approved, we could see a big correction coming on the downside. But looking where we are now, we've got resistance along this green line here in the middle. So that's kind of interesting. In addition to the general up and down trend here, we kind of collided right there, right around 45,000. I think we hit once on Coinbase. We got resistance here back in July of 2022, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, touched it 4 times before coming on and testing all the way at the bottom here. But that's when we had that big FTX crash, I think. That brought us down to like 15,000 or in the 15,000 to $16,000 range. So keep in mind that we did have resistance pretty major here. It took us more than a month to finally be rejected. And we might be doing that again. It looks like we hit it twice here. I'm not really sure, but it's got to be patient. But I think long term, we're still the bull run's still on as far as I'm concerned. So I'm thinking about maybe cashing out if this continues. Let's say October, November of 2025. I think that's what I've been saying. So months and months ago, if not years ago, I was saying how I think something like, we have Bitcoin have this S curve. And I think we're still early, like right, in here. So once the ETF gets approved, we'll be more like here. And then I think once people are accustomed to it and it's very common to just be able to have a Bitcoin ETF in your 401k, and everybody starts eventually piling their money into Bitcoin through their 401ks, then I think we're going to be entering, this phase where it just starts going up and up and up until just about everybody is saturated with their 401ks, and then we'll level off. So, we're years and years and years away. I think we're still in the innovative stage. So yeah, we're still going to have, I think we're going to still have at least one more bear market for a year down, 2026, if we don't have a recession sooner. So even though the Fed Powell said they're going to stop raising interest rates and they apparently have pivoted, that's when usually the recession starts, after a Fed pivot. So just keep that in mind. Hopefully we could have at least another good year. Let's see what this ETF, if it gets approved, and how that pans out. And, I don't like making predictions, but I think we should be at higher highs than where we are now in a month from now. I think it's tough to say because there's always a pre-pump of the price before the halving too. So this could be part of that. So if we come back down and test these lower lows and we test the exponential ribbon, that's just what Bitcoin does, right? Don't. It's not always about the news, but if I wasn't a long-term Bitcoin buyer since 2017, I would be dollar cost averaging a little bit with each paycheck, whether it's once every couple of days or once with one paycheck or whatever. I would be dollar cost averaging. But I've been in the market long enough where, like, geez, we got a $52,000 Bitcoin now, and the average person in America makes like $40,000 to $50,000. So, for them to buy one Bitcoin is tough enough as it is. So if you have a few Bitcoins already, you're going to have more than most people. And that's why I'm kind of just hollowing it out. I don't think I know some of these millionaires and billionaires, they still can't get enough Bitcoin, but I'm just trying to be realistic and kind of want to live my life. Like if I don't have to save every penny for Bitcoin, which I did years ago. I think this is the part where I kind of just want to live my life a little bit and chill out. And if we have those 20, 30, 40% pullbacks in Bitcoin, then I will dollar cost average in there. So for me, that'll be like a $35,000 Bitcoin for sure. Yeah, but I got a long wait, and you got these risk metrics too, from into the cryptoverse, which I haven't pulled up, but I know if it's like 0.5 or less, it's a good buying opportunity for me, and we're above that now, so that's another risk metric I look at. So I just wanted to bring to your attention the Discord announcement about the OP tokens because I didn't know about it, and this came out apparently a long time ago. Like this person got it like 563 days ago, and they got a lot, 409, and the other person got 600. The other wallet had 271. So yeah, if you find this useful, comment down below if you had OP tokens in your wallet. Check all your wallets addresses, go way back, because my new wallet addresses had no airdrop tokens in them. I had to go back quite a ways. And you comment down below how much you got, what you did with it. Kind of curious, and make comments in the Telegram or Discord, and spread the news. I don't know when the next YouTube I'm gonna do will be, because I'm just kind of chilling out. All my dollar cost averagings I've done for the year are now in profit, obviously, with a Bitcoin price of 42,000. We're still, where are we from the highs? Somewhere 35% from the highs. So I think that can go up pretty fast, considering if you look at the traditional stock markets, the SP 500 and the Dow, they're already at near their all-time highs. So there's no reason why Bitcoin can't get up there and go further for sure. But I kind of remember dollar cost averaging even in these higher ranges here. So I'm not really looking at this time to buy more at 42,000. Just looking at we're so far away from the exponential ribbon, and we're at the top end of this channel where we danced on it up here, and then we fell down below, got support at the exponential ribbon. So let's see if we get some more support at the exponential ribbon, and I will be dollar cost averaging there. Good luck with your investing, and happy holidays. If you like this type of content, please like, subscribe, comment down below, and share. Thanks.